Alexa, stop. Welcome back, class. The Civil War is now over. Let's see what's in store. Pressure to rebuild the South, to unite the nation back as one. Under pressure, and with Lincoln dead, it falls on my head. Reconstruction, with all black folks free, the South covered in debris. We must act quickly. Lost radical Republicans want to publish the South, take all of their old leaders and throw them out. But the South has pledged its loyalty and ratified Amendment 13. So I guess Reconstruction's done. No way! Black codes all around, it's pretty much the same. We have to grant citizenship to former slaves. That's not my job, and I'd say no. You try to pass it, and I'll veto the Civil Rights Act. I'm a veto. Reconstruction Act. I'm a veto. You're a terrible president for the vetoes you've tried. But Congress has the power to override. Fire and Stanton exceeds your reach, and now it's time for you to be impeached. Well, it may have been wrong to can't stand under the tenure of office act, but finding Johnson guilty would also be wrong. I say not guilty. Well, don't celebrate, cause you're not re-elected. 1868, U.S. Grant becomes the 18th president, but things turn bad, 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 cause Grant's friends are selfish scoundrels, and the North loses interest in people nearly freed, and the South holds them down with Jim Crow and poverty and the Klan, and with the election of Rutherford B. Hayes, this marks the end of Reconstruction, of Reconstruction, of Reconstruction. Reconstruction. Welcome back, class. I am Mr. Betts. I can't believe that we've been in quarantine for so long that we're having a second one of these concerts. But yep, here we are. So it's the Mr. Betts Class Quarantine Concert. Part 2. Today we'll be going over a lot of the second half. We may have some hits from the first half. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody out there, see how everyone's doing. Big good vibes out to all the kids taking AP U.S. history right now. They're doing it as we speak. Hopefully we'll still be playing by the time they get out. Hopefully there'll be a lot of 5s in their future. But last time we left, it was the Civil War. Now we're going through Reconstruction. The country is changing in all of these different ways, and it's uniting. One of the ways that it is uniting is from shore to shore. When we build this railroad that goes from the East Coast, that'll connect the East Coast to the West Coast, and having a little bit of a stopover in Havana. Let's see if I can get the rap part right. The year that it's on, it's the transcontinental railroad. It's so long, built by two Pacific, Central and Union. We finally have a connection between our two great oceans. Transcontinental, what is the use of manifest destiny if traveling west takes an eternity? We need a railway to touch our country. Pacific Railroad Act is what we need. Government be like choo-choo. Will offer a subsidy to any railway company that be laying track true. Land around their tracks for free, no laissez-faire. Just pay, just get us there. Omaha, Nebraska is the start, then the plains over the Sierra. Mountains finish Sacramento, California. The two sides meeting up in Utah. A golden spike is called for, connecting shore to shore. Civil War's finally over, let's get to it out. West Central Pacific's gonna build it with Chinese immigrants. Decade later passed laws to keep Chinese away. The Union Pacific using men coming from Ireland, ex-6 German. Over planes they're flying 9 or 10 miles in promontory. May 10th it finally is completed now so quickly. You can travel all vast country, the railroad's ringing ya. Westward to Homestead and will make the goods cheaper. It links the West to the rest of America. In barren land cities will now grow, populations will explode. Transcontinental Railroad. All right, only one or two flubs in that, but yeah, we have our transcontinental railroad, and before you know it, people are taking a look around at society and going, wait. Got all these people getting rich. What about the common man? How can we fix society? How can we be more, I don't know, progressive? There was a range coming over that gilded age. The people wanted change, someone to regulate, to fix society, one plagued by pain and greed, and make government fair. The progressive era is the market breakers exposing corruptions, the shame of city by Stevens, how the other half lives, show conditions of life you won't believe. Sinclair's jungle is disgusting, Ida Tarbell got us discussing shady tactics of Rockefeller. Welcome to the progressive era. It's a progressive era. It's a progressive era. It's a progressive era. Three presidents, starting with Roosevelt, square dealing the 3 C's and busting up corporate greed. But Taft wants to bust them all. Good or bad, they all must fall. Bull moves resides to run. Wilson wins the election. Meanwhile, 16th Amendment, tax and income. 17th make direct election of the senators of last. Prohibition is 18 now, did it pass? Women are finally granted suffrage. Voting rights no longer uppage. They've turned of another triumph of the progressive era. It's a progressive era. It's a progressive era. It's a progressive era. African Americans in these decades. Well, Ida B. Wells implores for the anti-lynching cause. Unions, if you're white male and skilled AFL, the Wobblies are everyone else. Limiting child labor, better working condition for him and her. You think that we learn a lesson in the 20s is regression. Still the U.S. made the better by the gains of the progressive era. Hey, 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 it's a progressive era. Hey, 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 it's a progressive era. Hey, 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 it's a progressive era. Hey, 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 hey. All right. But, I mean, if we're going to talk about the progressive era, and I even saw somebody in here. Oh, well, it just left on the chats. But what did it say up here? Starting and ending with my man, Teddy Roosevelt. He strives to live the strenuous life. Progressive, who makes things right. Never back down from a fight. Teddy Roosevelt is coming through, making a square deal for you. Theodore Roosevelt for president, yeah, the manliest of men, delighted. I once was sickly, ailing, I was an asthmatic kid. I hit the woods, I grew strong when I went and conquered the Badlands. Assistant Secretary of the Navy until the Maine went kaboom. Led the 1st Volunteer Cavalry, I'm taking San Juan Hill in Cuba soon. I'm a dangerous man when I'm with our Rough Riders. As a New York governor, I feel less with other people. Can I meet as VP? Someone just shot McKinley. President now, Teddy Roosevelt is coming through, making a square deal for you. Theodore Roosevelt for president, yeah, the manliest of men, delighted. Second verse for the robber baron, captains of industry. Well, watch your back, the Sherman Act is busting up your monopolies. And next, save our earth, we'll conserve. Something smells like a rotten turd. Ooh, that's not fresh shit smelling like the jungle. Hashtag Black Meat Infection Act. I'm a dangerous man when I'm in the Oval Office. Russia and Japan are friends and Nobel Prize goes to me. I'm a man with a plan, make a Panama Canal. It's my corollary. Teddy Roosevelt is coming through, making a square deal for you. Theodore Roosevelt for president, yeah, manliest of men, delighted. Everywhere I go, I'm sure to speak so softly. Everywhere I go, I carry such a big stick. Running 1912, they'd be like, he's a boom, so close, almost president again. Theodore Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt. Easy life's a waste, dare to be great. Just think, what would Teddy Roosevelt do? My favorite president. I will let you know, earlier I cut my thumb, so I'm holding on to this pick with a prayer. But yeah, so that was Theodore Roosevelt. For those of you that have just got here, I want to let you know we are going through a very, very odd school year, so I decided what better way for us to commemorate this very odd school year with the brand new Mr. Betts Class Distance Learning since 2012 t-shirt. It goes for, I believe, it starts, the regular sizes are $17.76. How about that? And you can get them from our friends over at Amped Up Learning. There should be a link down in the description. Teachers and everybody else, while you're down there, they have a whole bunch of different history-related shirts. Teachers, they have all of these lesson plans and history-related games that you can play in your classes as well. So give them a look. That is the Mr. Betts Class Distance Learning shirt. All right. So we have the progressive era going through, but during that time, or towards the end of that time, we also have a very, very big situation that we try to ignore, but you can only ignore these situations for so long, because soon everybody is going to get dragged in to World War I. A Serb killed Franz Ferdinand, Austria-Hungary so irate. Serbia agrees with most demands, Austria won't negotiate. Russian begins to mobilize to back its fellow Slavs. Germany backs Austria-Hungary and on Russia declares war. And they know that Russia and France are friends, so they'll make the Schlieffen plan. First go west, fight France, and when they're done, turn east and take on the Russians. So what, they'll have to cross Belgium. This brings in England, an ally of France and of Belgium. It looks like Europe will fight in World War I. Starts the summer of 1914, but we can all see through problems. A lie in systems, colonies, militarism, nationalism, wars begun. Allies stop German swarm at the Battle of the Marne. Dig a trench, dive in, better stay there than go out in no man's land. And after Verdun, the battles of the Somme means that with just a few miles won, we'll fight with new weapons, subs and tanks and planes and zeppelins, but the scariest weapons, gas poison. And where's the Americans? They're neutral to Lusitania and the Zimmermanota, Mexico. The Yanks coming over there. 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 The Russians can their czar and pull out of the war. The Treaty of Brest lives for Ken. Here comes old full German might, but they fell at the Marne again. And here's the Americans. Say goodbye to Wilhelm, and now it's time to sign the armistice. The fighting is finally over. Let's get closure in Paris. The Treaty of Versailles calls for a new League of Nations and reparations for allies. And now that Yeah, the war to end all wars. It's over. We're good. We figured out world peace. Never again will we be in a fight. Foreshadowing. But before we get to that, we have another problem that the entire world goes through. Hopefully, it's not one that we're coming through today. Let me get a little bit of a drink. The world goes into a Great Depression, and it's gonna take a leader to get us out of it. Like, who could it be? He's Delano Franklin. Delano Franklin. Delano Franklin. Delano. This Great Depression has grown worse, not less, and we want a new president, 'cause Hoover's not listening. We're jobless, bankrupt, living in parks in the city. I ate a boot for dinner last night, won't someone give me some pity? Got a job, well the NRA gonna get you paid. Need a job, try the CCC or PWA. You a bank, well Class Eagle says you cannot trade. You farm, call the AAA and get a subsidy. Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? 'Cause Roosevelt's gonna give it to ya. 'Cause Franklin, he gonna give it to ya. 'Cause FDR gonna give it to ya. Nothing to fear but fear itself, 'cause Roosevelt's got the watch. New deal. 'Cause Roosevelt's got the watch. New deal. 'Cause Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Hey, 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 stop. You can't do it. Said the chords, but there's a sequel to it. Second New Deal in 34, make economy secure. 3 million Americans employed by the WPA. Building and painting and writing what you got to say. You old Social Security retirement, you fired. We got an unemployment plan union. Now you can collective bargain, you mad? 'Cause the government moved the invisible hand. Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? Do you want a new deal? Do ya? 'Cause Roosevelt gonna give it to ya. 'Cause FDR's gonna give it to ya. 'Cause Franklin, he gonna give it to ya. There's nothing to give but fear itself, 'cause Roosevelt's got the watch. New deal. 'Cause Roosevelt's got the watch. New deal. 'Cause Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Roosevelt's got the watch. Hey, 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 hey. You still depressed? Well, let me tell you a little something. New deal helps you out. New deal helps you out. Everybody say a new deal helps you out. New deal helps you out. Yeah, new deal helps you out. The new deal helps you out. Everybody say new deal helps you out. Now, new deal helps you out. So let's enact it. If the courts say no, well, I'll stack it. That Congress ain't buying. You can't fault the brother for trying. The depression ain't over, but it gets us so much closer. With nothing to fear but fear itself, 'cause Roosevelt's got the watch. All right. So, Roosevelt with his New Deals trying to get us out. But you know what? There is trouble brewing overseas again. Thought we had solved that problem. Thought we had said that never again we'll fight. But I don't know. There's just a bunch of bad guys out there. Maybe even an axis of evil. And you know what? Looks like we may get drawn into this again. So, I forgot to learn how to do the opening part, so I'll just do it like verbally. Bam, 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 bam. Fascist Mussolini controlling Italy. Japan plans to spread with its military. Hitler and Nazis, they want leaving shroud. And the Fiesman's a preferred policy and never Chamberlain. This is World War II. Hitler invades Poland, mash it, no won't do. Instead he'll go through Belém, and for the Brits flee to Dunkirk and bids adieu. Luftwaffe bombs Britain most every single night, but still the Brits hang in there, ready for a fight. Hitler turns on Russia, but gets played for. Don't you know to never get involved in a Asian land war? This is World War II. U.S. will listen and will not join in till attacked by Japan. Pearl Harbor brings new country in World War II. Allies start island hopping, Rommel's campaign starts flopping. The Holocaust is going on, and I know they've seen it. Russia starts Stalingrad, and D-Day's the Allies land, and win the battle of the Bulge, Allies beating up and take Berlin. Still Japan declares that it will fight on. Harry Truman makes a call to drop the world's first atomic bombs. This ends World War II. Carnage never seen before. Margins rise anew. Immediately a Cold War. Still, let's give thanks to that we won World War II. Woo! That is the peppiest song about the worst war that humanity has ever known. But that being said, before we go past World War II, I just want to give a special plug out to my patron. Well, yeah, there you go. My patrons over here. They support me. They pledge a little bit of money. They get special privileges. Like some of our top patrons are always here in the end screens and during the live screens. There's different perks. And especially in the case of something like this first one that I did, like the first quarantine concert that I did, I got absolutely none of the AdSense because about 1 billion music publishing houses, they all grabbed all of them and said, this is ours. But it doesn't really matter because with people like the patrons here, they're supporting this all the time. So I just want to give a special shout out to them. Okay, so wow. I can definitely tell I'm pushing more with my voice. Okay. So after World War II, America was in a pretty big position. They thought they were top dog, and for a while they were. But soon, they're going to have a little bit of a competitor. And you know what? Sometimes a little competition, as long as nobody gets hurt, is good, especially for innovation. And I think Itchmagchagcho, if that's how you say it, and Big Dog, you know what's coming next. It'll go like this. Back in Back in 1945, the Allies just won World War II. United States had arrived as a superpower, but oh my God, the communists have Eastern Europe in their midst, and Iron Curtain's been affixed. So what? We had the technology other nations could only dream. Until 1949, Ruskies go nuclear. 57 tread on our face. They launch Sputnik into space. We are now in second place. Silver medals ain't good enough for the U.S. It ain't only about science. There's a problem this feat creates. Now the Russians could launch missiles all the way into outer space. They could hit any target in the United States. With Sputnik, this has started the Cold War space race. Well, we also got a rocket called the Vanguard TV3. But when we tried to launch it, it blew up on live TV. It's time we founded NASA in 1958. We're in a space race, baby. Go USA. I'll say this for Germany. The scientists really knew their thing. After Allied victory, a bunch were working for us, but also for the Russians. In 61, Yuri Gagarin became the world's first spaceman. Oh no, JFK knew catching up to the Soviets wouldn't do. America had enough. We needed to take the lead, so in an awesome speech he made, he pledged during that decade America would take first place. We will land a man on the moon before you can. Now it's time to step our game up with Mercury and Gemini. 26 billion later, it's July 1969. Armstrong, Aldrin, and Collins are strapped into place. There goes Apollo 11 into outer space. Now 3 days later, took a small step for a man, but a giant leap for mankind. He was followed by Buzz Aldrin. Don't forget Michael Collins, who flew them to the moon. We'll win the space race, baby, 'cause that's what we do. 12 men have made it to the lunar surface. Only America's gone and done this. Conrad, Bean, Shepard, Mitchell, Cernan, and Schmidt. Irwin, Young, Scott, and Duke have also done it. Race could have went forever, but in 1975, the U.S. and Russia had a much more friendly vibe. Apollo and Soyuz craft, they link in outer space. This signifies the end of the Cold War space race. You may ask, was it worth it? Well, you can thank the space race for satellite navigation and the joystick on your PS4. Thousands of daily products were made for outer space. So the real winner was maybe the whole human race. All right. So that was awesome, the space race. And man, going to the moon, personally, what I consider to be the greatest achievement of mankind, breaking our earthly bonds and stepping on another celestial body. But it wasn't all fun and games at this time. In fact, this space race coming out of this Cold War was caused one of the harshest wars that our country has ever had to go through, the Vietnam War. Vietnam contained communism. Yeah, oh yeah. Vietnam, 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 Vietnam. Japan out Indochina. France follow Sun Hanya. Ho Chi Minh wins B and Dien Phu. Still the country is split in two. Right and south is the Viet Cong. Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam. Vietnam, 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 Vietnam. Advisor sending money. The domino theory says if one falls to communism, that they're gonna take the rest with them. Go for Tonkin and now it's on. Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam. Operation Roll of Thunder. Viet Cong are hiding underground, dropping napalm from the jets. Viet Cong ain't quitting yet. Tet Offensive in 68. Public is turning men and start to hate. Protest the war, Richard Nixon. Calls for Vietnamization. Time for Vietnam to step it up. Drive a lot of Rio numbers up. Bomb and raid campaign never told ya. People freaking over Cambodia. Color to the scream, stop war now. Kent State 4 kids shot down. Go for Tonkin is repealed. Pentagon paper secret revealed. Vietnam, 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 Vietnam. Calls it quits in 73. Paris Peace Accord Treaty. North Vietnam still pressing on. 785 taking Saigon. Wars over, so many gone. Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam. Vietnam, 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 Vietnam. U.S. soldiers return home. Public just wants to move on. Forget the past, but vets still hold on. Fallen friends and those that are gone. But they still ain't forgotten. Vietnam, Vietnam, Vietnam. All right. That was Vietnam. That almost takes us up to the current day. Before we get on to our last song of the day, I want to say this has been one of the weirdest school years I can ever think of, both as a teacher and as a student. But I'm always brought up by watching everybody working together, by listening outside my window here in New Jersey, right by the city every 7 o'clock when the health workers are getting off, by people coming together, realizing that in order for us to beat this coronavirus, we're gonna have to work together. And it makes me feel really good that my country can go ahead and do that. But I know what a lot of you are waiting for. You're waiting to see if your teacher won that virtual visit. So without further ado, because there's not that much ado to spare, the winner of the second Mr. Betts virtual visit contest is Miss Roberts and the Irvington Community School. Thank you, Abby Springfield, for nominating Miss Roberts and the Irvington Community School. So, Miss Roberts, please get in contact with me at MrBettsClass@gmail. We will figure out how to do it. Hopefully, we can figure out how to get it done before the school year ends. So, again, Miss Roberts and the Irvington Community School, you are the winners. And you know what? Let's see if a lot of people like it. Maybe we could do one more of these before the end of the year. But there you go, Miss Roberts. But our country is what it is today because of what it started as before. We would be remiss if we don't look all the way back before we were 50 states, back to when we were 13 colonies. And before we start, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for watching the videos. Recently, I hit 100,000 subscribers, and that's because of people like you. You guys keep watching. I will keep doing. Thank you. Hopefully, my voice can do this one. Teen British colonies in the New World. Well, the first colonists were in Jamestown for the Virginia Company. Then the Pilgrims followed, made the Plymouth colony. They're later absorbed into Massachusetts. New Hampshire starts in 23. Oh, colonies, colonies, 13 British colonies in the New World. Yeah. It was hard for the Catholics. They wanted a place of their own. Maryland, then in Connecticut, Puritans, led by Hooker, find a new home. Roger Williams, Rhode Island, and Providence is a place that's allowing all faith. Some colonies, debtor's prison cell. There's gonna be the Georgia colony. Oh, 13 British colonies, 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 British, 13 that were settled in the New World, 13 British colonies in the New World. Be safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.